algorithms push people towards more extremes.
Hate speech and
reinforce
algorithms.
views, so that some people.
So they're saying that's how they spread their propaganda of hate, right? By using algorithms and stuff like that to show their content first. I guess that's what the algorithm they're talking about. How to become number one quick, which will relate to a little bit what I've already been talking about when it comes to you can't say good things on YouTube or certain areas because these algorithms will come in and dominate, right? Which is sad, isn't it, Emma? Yeah. It doesn't show you the real thing. It's people working out and doing over you, a little bit like certain stock people out there in the stock market while it goes up and down. They use algorithms and shit to outsmart you and go, it's going good, but now, boom, if we pull out now, we make a lot of money. Sorry, you didn't. Kind of algorithms, right? Sorry, you didn't get the information out. Sorry, we didn't talk about it in our propaganda and advertise it as we used these algorithms for the propaganda. Right? That's what they're talking about a bit. Now, do you mind keep walking past there, Stella? Because you're standing on the phone there, don't you? Thank you. Are you going to come back again? Oh, okay, come on. I'm going to move the phone. Come on. What you doing? Go sit on the couch. Thank you. And so when it comes to all these people talking false stuff, right? If you're talking false stuff, it's propaganda, right? Later on, people come and sue you for it. So what you do is you let them talk their false shit, and then you have the government create a system where if they're talking false shit and you're not involved in it, right, and they're making money too, and they've hit a certain bracket of making money as well. So you know they're spreading because when it goes viral and things like that, they make money out of these things. That's why they do it too. You got to get where the money is and why they're doing it as well, perhaps, right, for the money, right, and to get the likes and all that kind of stuff, right? This is why they spread misinformation. It's got to make it sound good or look good or go in their agenda, right? And so their agenda is to make more money and more spread and so on, right? And if it's lies, well, eventually the government should allow people to attack them full on. In fact, even back up areas like that to help fight propaganda if you want it gone, right? And just putting them in their place, right? And leave it at that. And if they're getting hits, well, shit, you can go on the TV and go, well, look, it's amazing how dumb people are, how people want to fall for things. And when the truth's right there, they don't want to look at it. Actually, just saying that just then reminds me about certain governments already, like court systems, where you go out there and, once again, I could chuck in the thing I'm talking about at the moment, where you give them your agenda of science of a certain outcome, but they say, no, you're wrong. Right? It's the same thing, isn't it? So how do we stop that? Well, imagine if it's in the law. That's hilarious. Especially the law that's speaking this, right? In certain areas of it. So they look good over here, but over here is a different story, isn't it, everybody? And that's sad. And so I'll talk more about actually how we can really truly fix this, because I don't want to talk too much, as we have a lot of these areas who also attack and with their algorithms and stuff to find out what to speak and do next, right? Which is what I've talked about, how they're taking your information. So if you've got an idea, they're hearing and listening and right through your phones, they're taking something and doing it quicker and better than you can. And what can you do about it? We're all got free will, right? You had the idea and now we got the idea and we did it, right? And that's what you're seeing everywhere, constantly happening too, which is a form of terrorism, isn't it, to the people? Which is why I talked about that subject, that it shouldn't even be allowed, right, to get their little benefits of working you out and what to send you and all this kind of crap. And in the end, it's there's bigger outcomes that are much more worse what they're profiting on, right? Anyway, we'll just keep on trucking with this. And you let me know about what I just said, if that's true or not, right, when it comes to propaganda. Because most of the time, if it's fake, don't worry about it, right? That's why I say to people, and I've done it before, but I don't get reply, that they can do a comedy one on me. Knock yourself out. I've did it to a dude that does comedy sketches on here, right? Talks about the government and goes way overboard in some things, but he gets his like, it works. People like to hear it, right? Wonder why certain societies, people are like that, right? And so I've given my opinions to certain people about what they do. And if it's bad, you can easily just show the truth, right? If you're not that, You're not that. And I'd have a laugh. I'd say to people, look, make one of me. Shit, that was funny. You pick the best things to make it funny. I get it. Right? But it ain't true. Right? You got some likes. You're like, look, I might even give you a like. That is funny. You can get me to laugh. Right? It's funny. Right? Now, what makes it not funny is when you pick things out and you put, instead of just going, look at me, I'm just doobie, something small, right? There's small picking on that can get away with it, right? And then there's to the heart something that might hurt them that they're trying to fix or don't want to talk about and stuff like that. And then if you turn that into comedy, you might get into trouble, right? Like using prime ministers to bang animals and stuff like that, as we've heard they've talked about before. That's just going too far. That's just, what is that? It's disgusting. I don't want to see my face on that. I don't want to see my face on something that I believe that I'd never, ever, ever do. And it's not funny. Right? It's something that's true. Oh, let's laugh about them limping. And you got them all limping around and falling over and going, I hate being me because I limp. That's to the heart, isn't it? And there's some people, they'll laugh at that and go, that's funny. Yeah, he's limping here. Look at him. He's got only one leg. Huh? But he does only have one leg. That's not funny. Huh? At least make it untruthful. Right? Like he's jumping around, farting all over the place. See, I can take that. That's what I call comedy. Because it's not true. See, I put up some clips too to talk about what is comedy. And I put up things where you can laugh about to others what find funny, but it's hurtful to you. I put some of them up. Right? And I've also put up other ones to get an outcome. That test hasn't gone through yet, so I can keep going with what I need to talk about. Because to talk about things first, you've got to put a point out there, see what they've got to say, and then you can move on. Right? But if you never get the people talking back, you can never get the point to move on, and then to move on to the next point, because sometimes it takes a few points to get something, and you've got to show it slowly so they can get it. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there, and we'll have a little quick play of this again for a second. See if I might spark up something else for a sec, eh?
You know, think that if they're logging on for a particular view, it will continue to put that forward.
So if you educate people, is what I'm pretty much saying. In the end, it's all about the education from the start. They will just laugh at it. They know it's false and it's not true. If there are people that get away with falsity all the time, and so they hang around with more that's done it before. This is what my dad did, blah, blah, blah. This is what my friends do. So the society becomes a little bit like that, right? Then they're going to do more of it, aren't they? But when you have an educated society that goes, well, that's not funny, don't support it, well, then you're not going to have that problem. But of course, we're connected all around the world, and so you might have other societies supporting someone from another country, right? And getting likes and hits that way. But other than that, you shouldn't have to worry about it too much if it's not in your world. That's what I say. And on the internet is not your world. It's so many people's worlds out there, the internet, right? And it's a big thing and it's bad. And if it ever bothers you, like it's bothered me before, and you don't fit into that world, you just slowly figure that out, talk about it, and move on, which is what I've documented as well, going through a similar issue when it comes to feeling ignored of what you do and say, and literally feel like you're blocked, and hear about people talking about block. When you hear about things and you go through things, it makes you want to talk about it more, doesn't it? That's why we talk connection. Even though you might not be going through that exact thing, it can make you feel like something similar. So when someone's blocked on the internet, literally, and then someone's not blocked but feel and not getting answers, well, they'll feel like they're blocked. Like that, and they might even go, well, am I blocked? Right? Which is why I've done reports on certain readers about misleading information, and to leave comments, and I've never been commented back about a few things I've been worried about, and so I just keep doing a report until we can find an area where we can somehow fix that, and hopefully the reports might help to fix that area. Is what they say they do, is they will look up on something, and if they believe it's all right, they're part of that society, which is what I'm just talking about. And there is no report, and you're different, right? Other than that, you should see something happening when it comes to reports, which is what I've learned. Hey, so, and you need lots of them. Anyway, have a good one, everybody, and see you later.